We're back in the shop today. It's Dale with D-Style, and I just want to go over some of the ECU options. We get a lot of questions about what a plug-and-play ECU is, or why does it cost this much to install, what do I need, so on and so forth. So we're just going to touch base really quickly and kind of go over all of the options that we have here in front of us. We'll start with the plug-and-play stuff. Actually, I'll start with this dinosaur down here. This is an AEM V2 that we removed from a client's car to upgrade to a newer Haltech Nexus system. So this is one of the first plug-and-play options. Obviously, you can see the factory Nissan header plug here. It's cut because we converted it. This was very basic, very rudimentary. Really popular for its time, but it's there's way more technology out there now. So a lot of guys out there, a lot of the customers that we deal with, a lot of you guys that follow us are S-chassis guys or Nissan people in general. So when you're buying a Link ECU plug-and-play, this is what you're getting in the box. It's literally a board that fits the stock ECU and the stock ECU header plug. So you're gonna have your wiring specialties or your factory harness. You have to take your stock ECU case, remove the board from it, and modify the case to fit this Link ECU. It is not a plug in and go. There's no map preloaded to this. There are startup maps out there that you can utilize, but this isn't a plug in and go type scenario. You can see on these ECUs, there are white header plugs on the base of the ECU, as well as your onboard map and your tuning cable. All of these have to have somewhere to go. So you have to drill holes, or what we do is we pocket out the case really nice and make sure that there's no wiring gonna be chafed or anything like that. Moving along, we have another example of that. This is an Altezza Link. So this will fit Altezza based ECU cases. The JZX one is very similar. This typically is what IS300 guys will use, and they'll convert the factory harness to the Altezza style plug. Same thing, we've got our onboard map sensor. We have a CAN bus out, and then our expansion loom. Now, we get a lot of questions about what is an expansion loom? Why do I need this? What's the purpose? Why do I need CAN bus? Why do I need a CAN lambda controller? I have a gauge. So if we're tuning the car, we absolutely have to have onboard O2 control. We do not rely on an outside gauge or an outside sensor piggybacked 0 to 5 volt to the ECU. We can run into ground offset issues, we can run into latency issues, and obviously, as you can imagine, fuel control is very important. That's why you're upgrading your stuff. Moving down the line, let's say you have a full custom setup and you want to just go with a wire in ECU. Now, what are we saying when we say wire in? So what we would do, as you can see here in this example, this is a factory SR header plug that has been cut off, and we reutilize the harness, basically convert the harness to the aftermarket plugs that come on these ECUs. This is an ECU Master Black, for example. We've got a gray plug and a black plug, and this ECU actually has onboard O2 as well. So you don't have to buy an additional control box or CAN lambda. In Haltech, it's gonna be a WB01, or I'm sorry, a WB1 or WB2, depending on how many cylinders you're trying to control. Same thing with the Link Fury. It's using your factory Super Seal or your aftermarket based Super Seal connectors is super common, similar ones on the Haltech. When it comes to speccing this out, you really do need someone that knows what they're doing. If you're just going on a website and you're picking and choosing parts, and then you show up to somebody and say, hey, can you install all this stuff? Sometimes people can save you a lot of money on hardware or configuration that you don't need or that you do need. A lot of people buy maybe too much stuff because they heard somebody tells their buddy, hey, I need this, oh, get this, get that, get that. Speak with someone, talk to your tuner first. Don't just go buy some stuff, talk to your tuner. If your tuner is familiar with Haltech and only Haltech, he's not gonna want you to buy a Link ECU.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Same goes for either or. In our scenario, we support all of these brands here in-house. We're a Link dealer in-house, we're a Haltech dealer in-house, and we can source you ECU Master stuff, and we're working on that one right now. So if you have any other questions about this, there's a lot more that we can go in depth on all of these products here, but if you have any questions or if you're confused by anything that we talked about in this video, shoot me a DM or just drop a comment in the comments below, and we can see if we can answer your question there. If not, give us a call. Phone number is in the description. Yeah, other than that, peace.